It's the Krisha and Frank show.
Hi.
We're on. What are you doing?
I was looking at my part.
Oh, yeah, on our fancy camera monitor?
Yeah.
It feels so professional that we have a nice camera and a nice monitor.
And microphones.
And clip-on microphones and all the things. I got this, and like the wave thing.
Yeah.
This microphone goes to that thing. And, backup audio in case I need it.
Yeah.
But what were you doing? You were literally...
I was checking my part. TikTok told me that I have to change my part.
Do you have ticks?
No, TikTok.
Do you have lice?
No.
What kind of insects do you have a problem?
When my kids got lice, I never got it. And they were infested with it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was bad stuff. Hi, it's the Krisha and Frank show.
We're on... Wouldn't you like to drink water out of our names after that encouragement?
Wouldn't you? Or wear our t-shirt.
Or our sweatshirt.
Ooh, they're so cool. The joggers are still up there, though. Nobody's bought any yet.
No, I don't think anyone will. I think we did a good job of discouraging you from buying joggers with an arrow pointing to your rear.
Right through the underpass.
Yeah, that's not a good place. But the stuff does look good, whether it's Bean wearing his t-shirt or Father Bill wearing his sweatshirt. Mm-hmm. My wife wants a sweatshirt for her birthday.
We need hats.
Okay,
we should do some hats.
Well, let's get on the book, the bookity book, the computer book.
Cool.
Chromebook.
Yeah.
And make some hats.
Yeah.
We can totally do that.
Yeah.
And you get the link, teespring.com/stores/Krisha and Frank, or just go to our own personal website.
And click on merch, krishaandfrank.com.
Where you can also email us.
I love that you love showing off the business cards.
They're fun.
Really good.
I'm old school where business cards were a thing. You had to always have business cards.
Yeah.
And then I got to a point in my life and career where I had more business cards than I knew what to do with because no one wanted them.
Right.
You would just text someone. I still, most of the time, you text someone your number.
I do the exact same thing, but I think, when we're in situations like we were in the other day where we're in a networking room, it's good to have a little shiny piece with a great logo.
Because it's faster than trying to text someone your number and have them save it in their contacts.
And I don't have to give out my personal number.
Right, then we have a business number.
We have a business number.
We have a business number. We have a business email address. We're so business.
I don't have to give out my personal.
So you can buy an ad.
Yeah.
You can send us a topic for the Tuesday
Please
shows.
do. We need more. We need more topics.
Yeah,
for
we're
Tuesdays.
almost out.
Yeah.
So, and you guys are wonderful about all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I love the comments we get from next door neighbor Nancy.
I do too.
And from Tanya Cinnamon, and from some people we actually don't know, but also Justin, who was an Einstein Simplified fan, who would make comments. Nancy's loaded with
Nancy
comments.
cracked me up, man. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you. I have to thank you.
Oh, I have to welcome you. What did I do? You're welcome.
One day last week.
Did I do you a favor?
It was last Friday. Friday.
Yeah.
When we finished the show, it was so cold. Mm-hmm. It was not great weather. But you may not, but I was all up in my feels, like not in a bad way, but I was just like, I was having a day.
Yeah.
Like I was overthinking everything and overanalyzing everything, and I went for a hike.
Yes. Oh, I can't remember. And I was working on the show here, doing the post-production stuff, and you sent me a text that I'm not going to be available for the next couple of hours because you're going to go on a hike. I'm like, okay.
And I sent you a picture of where I was.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
And I said I should be done around this time.
And then you had to explain to me why you were doing this.
Yeah, because you were like, okay. Like, even your response was like, okay.
Sure, have a good time. I don't need to know everything you do.
Well, I'm trying to let you know, like, you're one of my safety people.
Now I understand it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, this is how I learned that I'm a safe. What does that mean?
Well, my friend Nick, I let him know when I'm out in the wilderness alone because I listen to way too many true crime podcasts.
You do, and you watch those shows on Netflix about the Hotel Cecil. And
I do, about women going missing, and it happens, and these things happen. And, it's not like I live in a high crime place, and I wasn't hiking in a high crime place.
No, you were in a nice area.
Yeah, but there were not a lot of people around. If this had been a regular day where it was sunny and warm, I wouldn't have been as cautious. But this was a cold day, and there was only one other car in the parking lot.
And it was a murderer.
Well, it didn't get me. No, but there are people in my life, and you are one of them, that I say, hey, this is where I am. This is how long I expect to be gone, just in case I go missing. This is where I started.
I would have to cross your name off all the business cards because I would be too cheap to print new ones.
I'd be like, just Frank. Leave the and. And Frank.
The Diary of Anne Frank.
How long would I have to be missing?
That's what I want to know. What do I do? First of all, how would I know?
Okay, but I told you that day, like,
yeah, you did.
I should be done by 3.
And I told you at that point when I figured out when the light bulb finally went off in my dim head, I said, okay, I will be on the lookout for a text from you by 3.
Right.
And then and then it was fine. That was the end of it. And then the whole time for the next hour and a half, I'm like, well, how long do I wait after 3? And then if she doesn't text, who do I call? I guess do I call KPD? Wait, no, Daryl DeBusk, he's not a KPD anymore. He's at FBI. I could call David Roush. Oh, no. David, he's not a KPD anymore. He's a TBI. Do I go straight to TBI? Do I literally call the head of TBI because I know him from when he was a cop in Knoxville? Or do I call the public affairs officer for the FBI because I knew him when he was at KPD in Knoxville? Who do I call? Call
whoever you think will get out and find me.
That's the other thing I thought I would do. I said, well, I guess I will put on pants. Because I had on, sweats or something, or pajama or cabin pants.
Right.
I said, I guess I will get dressed and I will drive down to the location that you told me.
The first place.
How would that help? Then what am I going to do?
The first place that I would suggest, like in the future, I'll always let you know, because typically I'm either in the national park or I am somewhere local where there's like
a park-ish area.
Right, and I'm intentionally not saying where I go when I go by myself because we're on the internet.
Murderers.
But
so you're not going to get any clues from us, murderers.
But I mean, if you know me on social media, I don't post until like the day after, or even 2 or 3 days after I've done something. Okay. I will never post while I'm there because I'm smart. But like this particular place, you could have called them and said, Hi, I am one of this person, because I had let 3 people know.
All right.
I'd let 3 people know, and I would have said, if you hadn't heard from me by 5.
Okay, so 2 hours.
Yeah, because
I'm very particular.
I know, but by 4, you'd be like, I would send me a text, like. By 4, I would say, I'm going to call Krisha. I haven't heard from her.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, no, time.
Okay, because I probably would have done it by like 3:05.
Okay, maybe 3:30. Give it half an hour.
Yeah, I don't know if I can wait that long.
That's fine. If it's anywhere past the time, reach out to me. And if I don't respond, then you can kind of go into active mode.
All right.
Right?
Right.
But the first thing that I would do is call the place that I was and be like, hi, I'm one of my friend's safety people.
Call the ranger or whomever was in charge.
She was there alone,
Yeah.
just checking in to see, if somebody can, because they have 24-hour people that work at this particular place. They do.
See, what do I know? When have I ever gone hiking alone in the woods?
Yeah. And
Jere and I went to Frozen Head one time, but we went together.
Yeah. I try... Nice. Frozen Head, I would love to go to Frozen Head.
Have you been there?
I've been.
And they voted it the #1 state park in Tennessee.
I need to go.
It's really nice.
I'd like to go.
Okay.
Yeah. But I try to, if I'm by myself, I try to stay on at least mostly well-known places and well-traveled.
Your goal is to meet people?
No.
Your goal is to exercise?
Yes.
Your goal is to commune with nature?
And I will tell you that there's something about, and again, like this whole alone thing, there's something about kind of going through all of the stages. Like that particular day, it was much more desolate than it usually is. And so it made me more cautious. I don't wear headphones or anything like when I'm hiking out like that. When I'm running, I do. Yeah. But when I'm hiking out like that, I don't.
Right.
But there was one point where I had decided, I'm not quite done yet. I made my loop, my 2.5-mile loop, and I was like, I got more in me. And so I decided to go on one of the more challenging over on the ridge, and I went over the ridge.
Clock to make sure it wasn't 3 o'clock yet? Okay.
I checked.
All right.
And I decided to go and do my loop again, but go over the ridge this time. And I will say that on the backside of this ridge, when it is muddy and I was sliding all over the place, that I have a thought. I'm like, if I fall down and get hurt, my phone I checked my phone at one point.
You had bars.
I had bars. I was good. And I also, on my phone, if I hit, on all phones do this, Android phones and iPhones, I will, I don't know tidbit this. For you. If you go to emergency contacts in your phone, and you can look down at the settings, in an Android phone, it's emergency settings, and it's the power button. And right now on your iPhone, if you hit the power button 5 times, it'll call 911 and start going, meow, meow. It'll make a siren noise. Yes.
I had no, they should put this, they should put out a memo.
So
they should tell people about this.
I'm telling you right now.
Well, I'm saying Apple should tell people because they don't want it.
I have it set up in my phone that if I hit my power button 5 times fast.
But you can change it to any other thing you want.
What do you mean?
I mean, could you change it to 4 times or 6 times?
No, it's like it's a setting. The setting is if I hit it 5 times fast, it will send a text message to you and my other emergency.
Me?
Yeah, and my other. You're listed as an emergency contact in my phone.
I am.
Mm-hmm. My parents aren't, but you are. But if I, do you like that?
Hello, everyone.
You're so cute. But if I hit it 5 times fast, it will immediately send you a text that says, "I need help." And then it will send my location to you. It will send you my exact GPS location.
The fact that you assume I can actually do something about it is very impressive.
Just pick up the phone, call 911, say she needs help.
Here's the thing, because won't it also go to 911?
It will also call 911, and send my location to them as well. But I keep that on me when, like, if I'm running. People, a lot of people wear their
phones on their arms.
phones. I carry mine, and I actually carry mine always with a finger on the button. So
as you're falling off the cliff, you can hit the button 5
times
times
on the way down. So as I'm falling off the cliff, as someone's grabbing me.
A little dicey, but
I also have a keychain that has the highest decibels that you can possibly buy over the counter. That if I just pull it, it lets off the loudest possible noise that you can possibly hear.
Well, you've got a good point. You know why?
Why?
Because I've read so many books, so many articles, actually mainly, and I've seen lectures in person with slides about the Catawba Lane murders.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like to think about it because I know it's a possibility.
Zoo-Man Husky.
Dude, like people get stabbed on Third Creek.
I'm saying that bonezones.com, don't forget the S.
You're my favorite.
You can purchase books that tell you about the horrific Zoo-Man.
Can you make me a promise?
Husky case. What?
That
if we find your remains?
That if you find my remains, that it's Dr. Bass who figures out what happened to me.
Oh, sure.
Cool.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll go pick him up on the way.
I want to be a book.
I'll swing by and pick him up, and the two of us will go down and look at your remains.
Cool.
How about that?
I hope it's not bones. I hope I'm not out there that long.
Yeah, that's a while. But that's one of the stories. I think I can tell this story. We were doing the lecture. I think it was just a year ago at the Rose Glen Literary Festival. Almost exactly a year ago. Check the date. And there's this kid, looked like about 8th grade, and his dad in the front row. And Dr. Bass starts showing the pictures from the Catawba Lane murders. And there's a naked lady in one of the pictures because he killed prostitutes. And it was terrible.
Yeah.
But he puts the slide up there, and Dr. Bass, to him, it's nothing.
Yeah.
To him, he said, well, you see, the tree stopped her sliding down the hill.
Right. He's talking about the science of it.
And you see, look at this kid. It's like... And I'm on stage with Dr. Bass. I should explain that's the bit. As he and I are on stage together, and he's doing the lecture, and I'm there in case something happens, or in case I need to chime in, or for the questions
Facilitate
and answers.
questions, yeah.
I'm the MC. And I'm watching this kid in the front row. And I'm trying to get Dr. Bass.
You are never subtle when you do that, by the way. It is the least subtle thing. You trying to be subtle is the least subtle thing. You're trying to get somebody's attention, you're like...
I'm trying to get Dr. Bass to change the slide to the next one. But he's in the
Dr.
zone.
Bass in it.
He's in the zone. And eventually the dad grabs the kid and they go.
Oh.
They did not get to see the rest of the lecture.
It's just boobs. Get over yourself.
Anyway, so that's... So I will think of these horrific
murders. They weren't even alive boobs.
When I think of you.
Thank you.
And you can read about those cases. In fact, there's a fictionalized version of the Catawba Lane murders where the serial killer poses a real threat to Dr. Brockton. And I think those are the last 3 books. It's a story arc where they jump back in time. Great books, so Jefferson Bass Murder Mysteries. And also Dr. Bass's friend, Art Bohannon, went with him to the Catawba Lane murders and to identify one of the prostitutes. Can I say this?
I don't know. I don't know what you're going to say. I'm scared.
Dr. Bass cuts off her hand, puts it in a bag, gives it to Art Bohannon. He takes it down to KPD.
Oh my God.
And before Dr. Bass was finished processing the...
what happened?
I don't know, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Before Dr. Bass was finished processing the crime scene, Art Bohannon called with the identity of the prostitute because she was in the...
bonezones.com, don't forget the S.
So sorry about that. But sometimes the Dr. Bass stories are the best ones.
Gosh.
Anyway, Art Bohannon, sale on Art Bohannon merchandise and t-shirts. $30 gets you a book and a t-shirt.
I appreciate you being willing to be...
Yes.
Yeah, because
No,
I know you would actually like jump into action.
You know I would. I was playing with you there because it was fun. But yeah, this show means the world to me, and I want it to continue. So I'm not going to let you go missing.
Right. Because I'm glad that the show means the world to you.
Yep.
So.
Did I put my foot in it again?
No, it's fine.
I like you too.
Okay, thank you.
I like doing the show with you.
Okay.
As opposed to some other rando. What? No?
It's like you being in a hospital and me going, but can he do the show? Ruthless ass. God.
We had mugs made. We have mugs.
Yes. Thank you for caring about the show.
I'm going to put the mug in the picture here.
What were you telling me about cheese? I'm not eating cheese right now.
No, it's my wife was needed some help with something the other day, and I thought it was very proud that I could help her. I helped you.
Yeah, because you mentioned last week, at the end of last week.
I was going to tell this story, but I may as well just tell it now.
Yeah.
It was coming up on Valentine's Day, and at her job, they were going to do a prize pack. They had gotten some, we didn't know what it was at the time, but it turns out to be, it's some of those great Knoxville Chocolate Company.
Like the one that we're going to give to one of our 500 subscribers. Yes.
You know Knoxville Chocolate Company, which is Bradley's.
Yes.
And it used to be the chocolate factory downtown and all that. Well, that was apparently they used those prizes a lot at this school. They had boxes of Valentine's chocolates. Ooh. And my wife wanted to win. Without even knowing what the prize was, she just wanted to win.
I like that. I like Jere.
She's very competitive.
Yeah.
She likes to win. And so do I. So, we've talked about our friend Sam and his parents, Mare and Lair. Well, Mare and my wife work together and they're best pals.
Yes.
So Mare sends out an email to the staff saying, Valentine's prize pack, we're going to pick the best cheesy pickup lines. The most cheesy pickup lines can win the Valentine's candy. So 7:30 in the morning. I guess schools start, they have to be there at 7. So by 7:30, I get an email from my wife saying, forwarding from Mare.
Yes.
And my wife says, help me win the prize.
It's on.
I need cheesy pickup lines, but don't make them so dirty because I work at a school.
Right.
So I'm laying in bed and going, oh, okay, cheesy pickup lines. Well, I know, I'll do cheese lines, right?
Cheesy pickup lines.
Right. Yeah. So I sent, Brie, still my heart. Can't wait to give you can't wait till our first Swiss. Has anyone told you how Gouda you look? So I've gotten those out of my...
We've been apart and I can't bear it.
Yes! And so I'm thinking, so anyway, I send those. And then I thought, well, I can do some better ones. I said, would you like to hold hand sanitizer? Do you want to hold my hand sanitizer? Right. Something like that. So Jere submits...
Don't mask your feelings for me.
There you go.
Please wear your mask, but don't mask your feelings.
So she submits some, and we win.
Yay!
The one they picked was the Gouda.
Yes.
Of all the ones that we submitted, but
because you went above pay grade.
Yeah, there were 3 winners, but we were one of the winners. We got the chocolates. So, I was
so you had Valentine's chocolate.
Yes, and I was excited because we were watching there's a show called Mock the Week. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like a similar to Whose Line, but it's just the parts on YouTube are just the lines. Oh. Just the fast lines games. And then we've been watching Old British Whose Line. And I didn't remember how dirty Old British Whose Line is.
Old British Whose Line.
Because they can say anything. They can drop the F word, the S word,
the C word.
Yeah, it's British television. They can say whatever they want. So I had to keep my puns clean. And it reminded me of all the great times doing improv on stage that the pickup lines game comes. And my wife would squirm in her seat. She says, I hate that game. I hate that game. And part of the reason she hates it.
Because it gets gross.
I know, but I often would win. So it's embarrassing for her. Because part of the line is you don't even know what your line's going to be about yet. You have to, they give you a noun. And you then make a bad joke based on the noun. Like if it was cheese, you would do the Gouda, and you would do the camembert. And then I often would win the prize because I would just be so
dirty.
Well, I would do it almost. I would go with the creepy instead of trying.
Yeah. Because you guys would bring people up on stage
and do it to them, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would go with the oh hello doll, and be the old cougar. Or I would be the serial killer guy because I can't do it as me.
Right.
I have to make up a character that's not me. And one time I broke that rule was a different game. It's called Pickup Artist, where someone from the troupe is sitting next to you, and you slide in and do a pickup line, and then they give you quirks to do the rest of the game.
Right.
So a young lady named Megan Jones was in the troupe at the time, and she's sitting up there on a stool at the well. And she's a very lovely woman, but she's also can put on that preppy-looking, prim and proper sorority girl look. So she's sitting there like this. And I'm first in line. And I come up and I sit down to her and say, I'm going to just play the odds that you've got daddy issues.
Yeah.
They just stopped. They just stopped the game at that point.
So good.
Because I just
made so much noise in the microphone because it's so perfect.
I had gone nuclear option as the first thing. I didn't save
Always go big.
I didn't save it for later in the game. I went with the I'm going to play the odds that you've got daddy issues line.
Game over.
And yeah, she's... Oh, it was delightful. So I think I miss doing stage improv. I want to get back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Well,
thanks for a fine day. Thanks for making your emergency contact.
You're welcome.
Do
Thanks for being
I have to make you mine now? Is that how
not
it
at
works?
all. No, it does not have to be a reciprocal. No.
I don't even think I have one. I will have to look on my phone and see.
Yeah.
I should have one.
But no, seriously, it's actually it's a great thing if you're ever like in a car accident. Like if you think about that, it's under accessibility. That's what it's under.
That's good.
Settings, accessibility on all phones. You can set who it will call. Yeah.
All right.
And if you have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, you can have your if you like Apple Watch. If you take a hard hit, you can actually have your emergency contact set up to send to somebody. So Yep.
So it's like if you've fallen and you can't get up.
Yeah.
It's the old life call.
There was
with
recently
Mrs. Fletcher.
Maybe like
we'll be on our way, Mrs. Fletcher.
Like a year ago, some guy had a really bad bike accident and fell off a mountain, and his Apple Watch is what saved him. That it sent it to his son, who was in a completely different state.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Who knew?
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, how are we doing? I have no idea.
We're out of here.
Oh, yeah, we're done because I had some technical issues. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Happy Wednesday, right?
Yep, it's Wednesday.
Where's the calendar? Yes, Wednesday.
See you and your bones tomorrow.
Hello, goodbye.
Goodbye. KrishaandFrank.com.
Oh, yeah.
Click on merch.
That's right.
audibletrial.com/KrishaandFrank.
And we could use that could help us. You could give us a little.
865. What's our phone number?
Here, it's on the business card.
865-236-0399. Text us, call us.
Should I show the dinosaur booger again?
No.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.